Hi guys, it's Megan. Sorry for my appearance right now. I just took out my extension. My hair is not done. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm exhausted. But I decided to make this video and it's going to be a little bit more of a serious video. This video is going to be about self-harm. And not a lot of people know why people self-harm, and a lot of people don't know uh, why it's hard for people that self-harm to stop. But basically, telling someone who self-harms to just stop is basically like telling someone with cancer just get better. Because it honestly, it depression is a chemical imbalance in your brain. And it's not something you can recover from just by not talking about it or anything. So if someone tries to talk to you about self-harm or depression, it's not because they want your attention, always. I mean, in some cases it is, but in most cases they just need someone to talk to. And a lot of people self-harm because when you hurt yourself or when you get a cut, you're not thinking about anything really. You're not thinking about anything in your head. So when you cut, you focus on that cut and you don't focus on anything in your head, and basically you don't think of anything for a little while. And a lot of people, that's just their escape, that's their way to feel better. And this becomes an addiction because they get addicted to the way it feels and not the pain, just the feeling of not thinking about being sad. You think about being hurt but not being sad. And there is a big difference between emotional pain and physical pain. And a lot of people would rather have physical pain than emotional pain, because emotional pain is scarring. It really is horrible, and it leads to horrible things. And sometimes you just need to get those thoughts out. A lot of people don't understand that, and it's really just more people like ask me all the time. Like, a lot of people are always like, why like did you start self-harming and stuff? And it's like, I've explained this to so many people. And if someone self-harms, you don't go up to them and you just don't go up to them and don't hit their scars. Don't ask why to do it. Don't point them out if you see them. I mean, don't point them out like what is that? Just be like, "Oh, like I need to talk to you," or like, "Are you okay?" Don't like freak out and be like, "Oh my god, like holy crap." Because a lot of people get very uncomfortable with it. Um really, I don't like it when people come up to me and they say really mean things about self-harm. And if someone is already suicidal, if someone is cutting themselves or hurting themselves, don't make them feel worse. Don't tell suicidal person, or really anyone in general, to kill themselves, because honestly, like, what if they did? Like, you would feel like shit and it would be your fault. Well, not 100% your fault, but you just told someone to kill themselves and they took their life because your words hurt them. Like, does that not mean anything to you? Honestly, like, I don't think people understand that words do hurt, and they drive people to hurt themselves and kill themselves, because the more you hear something, like, if someone is calling you fat and you're like, "Oh, okay, like whatever, I know I'm not fat." But then someone else calls you fat, and all you start hearing is that you're fat, and you hear it like a bajillion times a day. That person is gonna start looking in the mirror and go, "Wow, I'm really fucking fat, and these people are right." And they're gonna want to stop eating, and they're gonna start puking. And that's not always the case, but a lot of the times it is. It drives people to be anorexic, to be bulimic. It drives people to want to hurt themselves. And basically, you just start getting people, like, thinking, and you don't point out people's flaws. Like, that's rude. Like, if someone is insecure about their weight, if someone's insecure about the way they look, if someone's insecure about anything, you don't walk up to them and you point that out, because really, there's just no point to it. I mean, I'm sure they don't point out your flaws, so don't point out theirs. Um, Also, on Ask FM, I'm sure a lot of you, and by a lot of you I mean like the 10 people watching this, I'm sure a lot of you know what Ask FM is. And on Ask FM I get a lot of hate messages, and they're all anonymous. And I don't see why you feel the need to hide behind a computer screen and call people down and call people names, and you don't even have like the nerve to say it to their face. Like, it's anonymous over the internet. Like, why? If you're going to say something to someone, if you really have to, and you really feel that need to be a bully and hurt people, then at least say it to their face. Do not say it over the computer. Do not say it as anonymous. You make people feel like shit. And I never really understood why people wanted to make other people feel like shit. Like, what are you gaining from that? You're just making someone feel bad. And before you want to make someone feel bad, really stop and think, do I have a reason to hate them? Because you can't just look at someone and be like, oh, I don't like you. Like, you can't just like judge people by their appearance. Because unless you get to know people, you really don't know what they're truly like, because I'm sure they're a really amazing person that you're judging, and there's just no point to it. I get judged a lot for my hair. It's purple. I get called emo a lot. I get called emo because of my makeup. I get called goth. I really get called a lot of things because of the way I look, and I just don't see a point to it, because honestly, like, why would you judge someone on the way they look? Honestly, like, I just personally don't understand it. I'm sorry, my cat is doing something downstairs. But I really just don't understand why people feel the need to bully other people. And I'm sorry for my voice. I'm kind of sick right now, so it's kind of sounds weird. But I just needed to get that out there, that it's not okay to make people feel like shit, and it's not okay to make people want to kill themselves. I mean, you wouldn't like if someone started calling you all that shit, but it's not just like depressed people or anything that you can't be mean to. I mean, you shouldn't be mean to anyone, because it's not right, and it's not a good way to express the way you feel about someone. I mean, if you don't like someone, if you really feel the need to judge them like that, then just don't talk to them. Don't look at them. Don't do whatever you need to do. Just don't tell anyone to kill themselves. Don't call people fat. Don't call people ugly. Don't. If someone's skinny, don't say you're anorexic. If someone's fat, don't tell them they're overweight. Just stop. Seriously, stop pointing out people's flaws. It's stupid. And another thing I know a lot of people get judged for is my guy friend. He likes Justin Bieber, and a lot of the time people will call him a faggot, and they'll make fun of him because he likes Justin Bieber, and I just don't see the point to judging someone on the music they listen to or the way they look, or anything, I mean, really. But it is 4:30 in the morning, and I'm going to go to bed, so thank you for listening to me, bitch, and get my feelings out right now, but yeah, so I just wanted to get that out there, so yeah, bye.